Okay, so we're about to load in. And there's still so much Dota coming up, not only today, but the next coming few days. Which honestly, I'm just freaking euphoric about it, in case you can't tell. I mean, I love this job, and then I hear, hey Joe, you get to cast a ton of Dota this season? It just puts a smile on my face.
Prepare for battle.
I still gotta look into fixing the overlay stuff. Like, I plan to take a day or two of my free time and then do my entire production setup and shit, like update everything I can, make sure everything's working again. The only problem is the longest time I've had free in the last like half a year was 8 days? No, I think actually one time there was 10 days. That's the longest I got free. And I think that's another reason to give Expert a shout out, because come on. There's so much Dota to go around, it's just great. But okay, now it looks like everything's working, and we got some really serious drafts. I mean, HighGround have the late game advantage, but Happy Feet, they are not going to hide what they're planning here. They're gonna plan to run over Team HighGround. Also the Disco Weaver is great. Gonna be a mid lane Bat Rider being played by DDZ up against Kuroko, which it is a really good count pick to Visage, not only on the mid lane but in general. So running this line just means Visage is gonna get far less work done, gonna be far less effective of a pick. We got the Void being ran on a what seems to be a defensive tri lane. They're not really trying anything there. Yeah, those two supports are just there to make sure Void can get farm and Weaver can't. They're not trying to get any kills, any big momentum in favor of Team HighGround here. Nice sidestep there from Lance, making sure he gets sustained, and he's just gonna start farming eventually. When he farming well, which should be right now, if his supports keep doing their job. Meanwhile, look at DDZ's shenanigans onto Kuroko here. He can just put a point in the Firefly and try to go for a kill if he continues to. Oh, well, turns out Weaver was first blood. Still, this attempted kill, or at least I guess it's an attempted kill. Oh no, DDZ, there's TP in now. So yeah, there was a first blood already, but
Radiant's courier has been killed.
this seems more interesting since now the courier has been sniped too, and DDZ trying to deny himself there will not quite succeed. It's just gonna go down to the Weaver. That means the kills are equaled out, and with the courier snipe there, this is actually an advantage going to Happy Feet once again. Happy Feet, they do have a really good team for early and mid game. All of their players are very proficient in the laning stage, how to run your lane, how to rotate and stuff like that. Excellent communication, but look at this. This time around Kuroko, not quite gonna turn this around as easily, and he's just gonna get burned down with more napalm on him than the entirety of Vietnam.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, Rappy just got a solo kill somehow onto Felix here. Well, somehow sounds like I don't know what happened. I do know. Timber Chain, Whirling Death, and yeah, the usual Pain Train combo finished the job there. But all of a sudden, it looks like both of these teams are actually playing pretty aggressive. Happy Feet, the ones who want to play aggressive and who put on pressure, but that doesn't prevent HighGround from not being afraid, getting in the face of their opponents. Now Weaver in a lot of trouble with that bash, and the Sakuchi's gonna wear off. Down he goes to Lance. Lance getting a really nice high value kill there, and falling behind too early on for Happy Feet could settle this game, so they gotta watch out that that doesn't happen, and it's gonna be quite a task to accomplish. Radiant Courier just respawned, which I guess is nice for the Radiant. I mean, I think this donkey is gonna have to fly a marathon or two now. As for the rest of this game, it has quieted down a bit. Game is quiet now. Suddenly. I wonder how long the peace lasts, but this is actually nice. I mean, Happy Feet, I don't really think they're worried about falling off yet, especially because once Timbersaw gets done, this game is going to turn drastically. However, meanwhile, Jesse Vash is going to get caught, just as I say that things are quiet. Rubik now could be going down in exchange to the Weaver here. Will go down. Can Weaver get away? Should be able to do it. Could she? Or not. Has to want. Okay, he's gonna be fine. If that was a bat, that would have been devastating. But yeah, he's just gonna be fine. HighGround still sitting at a pretty decent advantage. But the thing for Happy Feet is they are not yet at that stage where they can just afford to fight. And until that happens, they don't mind playing it quiet for a while. Visage, despite being counterpicked, well, countered somewhat harsh here. I'm against Venomancer, it's actually not that good anymore. Especially not without the Poison Nova, because you need level 2 Poison Nova, no, level 3 Poison Nova actually to melt through the Gravekeeper's Cloak now. Well, back in the day it was just tick, tick, that. We're gonna see an attempt on Felix. Failed one at that, but it's fine, I mean, we're just gonna play the waiting game until the team fighting stage happens, and then I'm not gonna be able to catch my breath for a long while, I believe. Vash, go down again. Trying to get away somehow with the Frost Armor, but is gonna go down to Lance. Weaver, not really anything he can do about it. I mean, it's not like you have a stun or something. All you can do is poke someone down to a sliver of his health. And in terms of farm, Batrider is doing really well. I mean, a lot of that farm comes from the jungle. Not all of it has been on the mid lane, of course, as Venomance took over, but altogether the gold distribution is going really advantageously. Felix now gonna go down. Happy Feet getting a nice return kill there, and if they can somehow save oh no. If they could have saved Kuroko from the Batrider, it would have been huge, but Batrider is so good against Visage. It's pretty much ridiculous how strong it is.
Ooh, bounty.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, now we got... Gank coming in on the top lane, which is gonna get scanned out. They're trying to back off, but Kuroko's still going at it. Mosen's just gonna drop. Another nice kill for Team Happy Feet. Timbersaw's gonna go for the value hood here before committing to the Bloodstone. So Happy Feet, they are taking their time to start that hyper aggression that the draft revolves around, instead of just running at people immediately, which honestly is a preferable option if you are able to pull it off. With Timbersaw going well in lane, shouldn't be that big of an issue. Timber Chain out of there. Now getting tower dive by 3. And in comes the Chronosphere. Meanwhile, Jules dropped elsewhere, but Rappy going down is so huge and he is gonna go down. No chance to get a value hood beforehand. Just not good. Roko once again running for his life, and Happy Feet spike of aggression. I mean, I don't blame them for the patience, but if this keeps up, because HighGround know exactly what the game plan is, they're really good at shutting it down. And if this keeps up, then it's gonna be a really hard mid game. Far from unwinnable, of course, but not quite what Rocket Scientists pulled last season in the semifinals with a Timbersaw draft.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bad Rider is gonna get another kill on the Timbersaw here. Rappy trying to get out of there, not succeeding. It's just gonna go down, and that's huge because, well, Timbersaw being shut down and Visage being shut down are the two heroes which you're really worried about. Weaver, okay, he might prove to be a bit of an issue, but he gets countered by Void with the Chronosphere anyways. Meanwhile, Rubik just went down the top lane to the Weaver, which is really nice. If he lives to tell the tale at least. Doesn't, and he doesn't even get denied. Felix Chow getting a really juicy kill there, and all of a sudden this has turned into a really bad spot to be in for Team Happy Feet. Nice. They get a return kill on DDZ to make things a little bit close and more interesting here. Great Lich ultimate coming out, and because the Echo Slam, not quite a giant one, but it's big enough. The ship comes on through, applying the boat buff. It's not going to be enough to prevent Jesse Vash from going down to lands. Meanwhile, on the backline of that fight, Rappy killed up Felix Chow with the Pain Train Timbersaw combo there. And he's still going ham, man fighting it up. Trying to go for a kill on the Rubik here. As Timbersaw is just tanking the tower. Weaver meanwhile finishes off Mosun, and down goes the Rubik as well. That's a 4-for-1 trade for Happy Feet here, just due to Rappy pulling so much weight, and that's really good for, well, pretty much anyone except for the people who bet on the full series, like the 2-0 victory for Team HighGround, because this actually makes things super close and super interesting to look at again. Happy Feet, they are now where they want to be thanks to that 4-man kill, which is, I think, a 3-for-0 trade would have been enough. This is slightly better than that, because, well, Lich isn't worth a lot of gold, but Jesse Vash is gonna go down again. Bad Rider Lasso. So yeah, the thing is, Happy Feet, they are back in the... They just got their way back into this game. Timbersaw is gonna go for the hood.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Happy Feet, they are now actively looking for kills. With everyone committed, the laning stage over. We saw the front line for them and deliver the damage. You have everything they need set up, and we're gonna see Rappy go under the tower, up close and personal to Mosun. In comes the Poison Nova. I don't think he minds that much with his regen. DDZ is gonna go down to Visage with the Soul Assumption. In comes the Lich ultimate. No bounces there, but do they really need bounces when Felix is gonna go down anyways? Timbersaw is still super tanky, able to just regen through the Venoman's DPS here. Now Mosun getting caught after he just hit away. Couldn't do anything, didn't get a good Echo Slam opportunity. In comes the ship. Just because, why the hell not? Might as well overkill.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Bot tower getting destroyed here. Always remember, by the way, always remember children, there's no kill like overkill. And DDZ, he wants to kill on Rappy. Rappy, however, did manage to tank up by now with the hood. Is now going to commit for his Bloodstone. Meanwhile, Kuroko also got a value hood. Just keep those Gravekeeper's cloak stacks a little while longer. And look at that. Doesn't really care for any of this damage. Now the Echo Slam comes in to melt the cloak stacks, and Kuroko's still alive for a while, but doesn't get the kill onto Mosun there by just a tiny bit, and it's gonna go down instead. Maybe the Familiars are able to turn it around. Nah, they're just gonna try to get out and get killed off. 200 gold swinging around, but meanwhile, Rappy just got another kill on the high value Bat Rider, who is now all of a sudden not so high value anymore. And I should have switched over to net worth a while ago, but I usually pay attention to the last hits, and because in this type of aggressive game there aren't enough last hits, it's just my instinct to not switch over until way later than this. I don't know, usually I do it around the 75 last hits, and then there are those games where you don't even see 75 last hits until the 25-minute mark or something, because both teams are constantly fighting each other. And that's almost the case here. Vash, no way he could have denied that tower. Kinda sad, but with nearly a 3k lead, I don't think Happy Feet are worried about tower so much as the Timbersaw's Bloodstone timing, so much as Weaver getting fed. And Visage is gonna get that Soda Crest at a decent time as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, the top tower is gonna go down.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Bot lane being pushed in. Going for a setup there onto land. In comes Rappy a bit late, but you don't necessarily want to wait. Are they going to try to commit for this kill? Land sees a void. Despite the tier 1 tower being down, not shell. Oh, there comes the Chronosphere. Kunkka probably just dead here, taking a ton of damage. In comes the Lich ultimate though, and the turnaround with the Pain Drain combo. In comes the ship. Kunkka went down, but now DDZ is in a lot of trouble. Timbersaw coming through, getting another kill. Rappy now, wicked sick. Meanwhile, over elsewhere, Weaver just died to the Earthshaker. I think he was just farming and got slam dunked. Wait, Weaver, no. Yeah. Weaver died to the... How? I mean, yeah, he was in deep, but even with backup from the Rubik, that seems kinda unlikely without getting the ultimate off. It had to be a really good engagement. Wish I saw that one, but Sadly, we don't have we don't have the production for epic technology to deliver a split screen and everything. That would be... I mean, that would just be great if I had 2 team fights to cast at the same time. So just got his Bloodstone in. Means he's now gonna be looking to get some charges up. Okay, another hood in the quick buy. I don't think that's actually his intention. They don't stack that well. Going pipe seems like a really good option here, and Happy Feet. They are going to continue to push the aggression while Team HighGround are just waiting to come online. Venomancer doesn't even have the Veiled Discord. I wonder if he's still going for it. I mean, it is such a huge item with the Echo Slam, with the Bat Rider burn. Maybe someone else is going for it, but Bat Rider isn't. He's gonna go for Drums, Duels, and then Blink Dagger combo. Which is a pretty huge build, but it takes a while to come online compared to the early to mid game Blink Dagger. But then again, Weaver got linked anyway, so you need something to proc it. The Mancer getting away there. Do a well-timed Force Staff. Jules now. Banet in a bit of trouble. In comes the Chronosphere to commit for the kill on Jules. Meanwhile on the backline, Weaver poking damage into MTRX. And Felix is gonna go down as well. DDZ now sitting on the sideline and trying to TP out. No way they can get him in time, but they don't need to. Happy Feet just won another team fight at the cost of like half their tier 2 towers health. Timbersaw meanwhile still roaming, still looking for kills to get those Bloodstone charges up. What Rubik's there? Okay, Whirling Death. That's actually not bad to have against Timbersaw. Honestly, in this particular scenario, I'd say it's one of the best steals if he can keep it and apply it properly. Because you can telekinesis the Timbersaw into a Whirling Death, which will take away about 20% of his health, which is pretty much the most hurt that you can deal to him right now. DDZ going down once again, and the aggression is just gonna continue from Happy Feet. There's no way they're gonna ease up, and HighGround, they need to somehow hold their ground against this until they reach that point where, okay, Timbersaw's damage is mitigatable, okay, we can now insta-kill people in the Chronosphere, but that point is gonna be far away, especially with the right click Venomancer build, which if he gets a Silver Edge, then Timbersaw is gonna have a bad time. But even getting to that Silver Edge is just gonna take a while. Time that HighGround might not even have. Oftentimes we see with those aggressive drafts that the game actually goes to 35 to 45 minutes, and then all of a sudden you see, oh damn, Timbersaw isn't that good anymore. But this time around, Happy Feet, they are focused on pushing. As long as they can keep this up, as long as they can potentially go for a tier 3 push before the 30-minute mark, then they're just going really well according to schedule. Timbersaw's slight lack of Bloodstone stacks right now might be a bit devastating as well. Right, coming in with a one-man Chronosphere. Once again, Gravekeeper is so plus. These Solar Crest mischance are gonna ruin the Chrono. Instead, Void's now gonna go down. Why are all the core... Like, all the cores are tanky, and I don't think that HighGround are really pleased with that. Then again, their only goal is to outlast their opponents here, which is way easier to pull off than to actually push and enable aggression against your opponents. But that doesn't mean it still won't be a hard-fought battle. At least they have the Echo Slam, almost level 2, which can really help them out a bit. All of a sudden, DDZ, who enjoyed killing off the Timbersaw so much, has to run for his life, and I guess that kind of sums up the situation we're in right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Familiar faces. Arms for the day.
So suddenly Happy Feet, they are playing this slightly more careful, knowing that their opponent is not really looking to go for pickups or anything. They know that if there's going to be a fight, it's either going to be a really big win or a really big loss. You can't just say, okay, we can fight here, and if things go wrong, we can cut our losses. If you want to fight, you need a really good 5-minute initiation on either side, and till that opportunity comes along, we're just gonna see a somewhat quiet game, which means I'm gonna check up on items. Visage just got the Aghanims a couple minutes ago. We are also getting fed, working towards Lincoln Sphere. It's gonna see the Visage push a bit of aggression, trying to get the tower here. Timber can tank it easily for days. It would weeks on end. Top getting counter pushed by HighGround, and while HighGround are pushing top, Bad Ride is being ran at. It's gonna be completely fine though. Gonna snipe a courier there, while the mid tower just fell, and that means the tier 3 tower pre 30-minute push. If they don't get punished for this one, then Happy Feet are still going on schedule. And look at this, Amelia is just outputting so much damage. Timbersaw tanking the tower, meaning fighting on the tower is actually more of a benefit than a hazard for once. Bad Ride trying to go on Bash there, which is still a decent kill, but he just threw a YOLO ultimate out, which in the end resulted in Felix dying. Kuroko now, this time around, actually in a bit of trouble. Still got the Gravekeeper's Cloak, but Void ultimate is gonna do a ton of damage. So will chip combo to the Void though, and Void goes down. Buyback is ready. Vinomancer already bought back, trying to kill off Kuroko here. Might succeed once, but there is still the Aghanim Scepter. Felix meanwhile in a bit of trouble, while Visage comes on back with all the Gravekeeper clothes that he needs. Tier 3 tower went down. Felix now running for his life as Timbersaw on that Chakram. And there comes the Echo Slam, but it's not as big as they needed it to be. Now Earthshaker taking a ton of damage, getting Sawn down. And Mosen hitting the floor. Void now buying back. And HighGround, they really want to put it all into this one chance, this one opportunity to seize all they ever wanted. Will they capture it or just let it slip? Right now it looks like they're not gonna get what they need out of this to make the buybacks worth it. Instead, Lance is about to go down, will be going down to Rappy, who is now godlike. And almost got that instant respawn going on for him as well. Rubik just gonna get torn apart. Felix still on the run here. Getting X marked the spot, plus ship comboed up, and boom. Even more boom. And can they get him? No! He 4-steps up onto the high ground. There is no tree to let Rappy jump back on high ground. And Happy Feet, they do have the sustain to keep on going here with the Guardian Greaves on the Kunkka, the typical Kunkka build, but still having excellent item timing here. And now Bad Rider taking a Pain Train to the face. Lich ultimate getting some great bounces to enable a kill on the Venomancer, or not, as they do not have detection in time. Instead, it's just gonna be the Rex which are gonna take the punishment for all of this.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Okay, so back to protection back up, which means Happy Feet might have to space their threats a bit, but since they're winning fights in the base with only the sustain of a set of Guardian Greaves, I don't think that the next... Oh no, if Mosen... Yeah, he just goes down, which means we're still not gonna see a 5-5 fight, which is the one chance for HighGround to still turn this around. Ship comes in once again on the Void, who can't see it coming in time. At nighttime, of course, that's a little bit of extra annoyance. Venomancer about to go down. Well, Rubik is returning some of that chakram damage and stuff, but Rappy, he really doesn't mind. He's sitting at 20 freaking Bloodstone charges. A ton of health to work with, a ton of magic resistance as well. And now we're gonna see another push on the Rax. And a fast one at that, look at that. Medirex completely getting melted. Fortification here just to allow them to live a while longer and try to get something done, but this does not look good. Timberstone now getting lassoed up, getting dragged onto the tier 4s. In comes the Echo Slam this time around, delivering the damage onto the Weaver. Weaver, can he get out? Yes, he can. Ultimate. In comes the Lich Ultimate once again, bouncing perfectly. Lance going down, Earthshaker going down. Happy Feet there. Yeah, they've done it. And I mean, like I said in the previous game, if Happy Feet just had a bit of better gold distribution going on, they would have had it. And this time around they pick a draft where the gold distribution is way easier to manage, where you don't have to worry about, oh no, how are we gonna last 10 minutes longer for our cores to do some more work. This time around everything fell in place, and Happy Feet, they just take a swift and pretty decisive victory. HighGround, they knew exactly how to stop their, how to